In this video, I'm going to be looking at an ALLAN NASB Reader's Edition Bible. ALLAN Bibles are some of the nicest Bibles that are out there. I've talked about them before, compared them with other Bibles, but when it comes to ALLAN Bibles, this is one of the best products they have. The New American Standard Bible is a translation that is more literal, quite academic, and some people just really love it. And yet it's hard sometimes to get good quality editions of the New American Standard Bible. So the ALLAN edition of the NASB is highly sought after. If you get an ALLAN NASB reader, you're going to pay a lot of money for it. But I just want to show you in this video what good quality you're getting for that money. Let me show you first of all here. A lot of you know this, but the ALLAN Bibles come in these really nice boxes, two-piece blue with kind of a linen texture to it. And the label here shows you that this is an ALLAN NASB R1 Reader's Edition in black goatskin. So the cover here has black goatskin, and this is just a real classic color scheme that we're looking at here. I also have a Silverline edition of this, which I will show you as well. But I thought I would just start with this real classic design because this color scheme is the black goatskin. And you see these ALLAN features here on this Bible. You have these tooled lines. On some ALLAN Bibles, I think there's only one tooled line, but on this one, you have a double tooled line here on the outside. That goatskin has beautiful grain to it. It just looks so nice. And then you see the gold stamping on the spine here. And you do have spine hubs, but they're just very, very minimal, not very pronounced. They're just etched in there, but you do see some of those spine hubs there. The edge here has gold gilt on the side. And as with a lot of these premium Bibles, you will see it has art gilt underneath the gold there. So that is red under gold. It also has beautiful ribbons. And again, another indication of a real high quality Bible from ALLAN are these really nice ribbons. 3 of them, angle cut, double-sided satin. They just have a nice dark blue, but a really beautiful, bold look to them. And when you combine that with the red under gold and that black cover, also the lining here is leather lined. Looks like it's a navy blue liner. So when you put that color scheme all together, along with that gold gilt line on the outside there framing the Bible, you're looking here at one of the nicest Bibles that you can get on the market. Aside from maybe a Bible rebinder who would do custom work, these Bibles are some of the best that you can get from a manufacturer. Now, the thing about ALLAN Bibles is that, in my opinion, if you compare them to Schuyler, and this is a Schuyler Bible here, I find that Schuyler has a more consistent product that they put out. So with Schuyler Bibles, a lot of them have really, really similar quality. It is a really, really high quality, but they're much more similar and uniform in how they are manufactured. With ALLAN Bibles, you get more variance. So sometimes ALLAN Bibles, in my opinion, aren't quite as nice as Schuyler Bibles, but then sometimes, like with this Bible, I would say maybe they're a little bit better than a Schuyler Bible. And of course, that does come down somewhat to preference and what your own preferences are. But to really get a sense of the quality that we're looking at here, you can see that this has that classic design. If you're used to the New American Standard Bible Ultra Slim Edition, you've got a verse-by-verse format with center column references. You have headings, and as you can see here, it also has poetic setting for poetic passages. But if we compare this to the Lochman edition of this same Bible, hopefully you can see on camera the difference in quality here. This is actually considered like the more high-end Lochman Bible. It says on the spine here, Foundation Publications, and it is a calfskin cover. But just looking at the paper here, you can see here on the left, at least to some degree on video, but trust me, in person, you can definitely tell that this is higher quality paper, much less show-through than the Lochman Bible. The cover here is a calfskin cover, but in my opinion, it has a little bit of an almost rubbery feel to it, whereas the cover on the Allen is just a tremendous goatskin cover. So, I mean, you're comparing here what I would say is just kind of a mid-range Bible, even though this is actually pretty expensive. But when you look at the materials here, the ribbons are another example. These ribbons, they're okay, but the ribbons in the Allen Bible are just absolutely beautiful. So you're going to pay a lot more for this Bible. The Lochman Bible in calfskin is fine. It's pretty good. It's, I would say, a little bit on the expensive side for the materials that are used in this, but it's definitely cheaper than the Allen Bible. However, you really get what you pay for with this Allen Bible. These are the most top-notch, high-quality materials. There are a lot of reviews on these Bibles, the NASB readers from Allen, so I really don't need to look at this in too much detail. I just wanted to show you the general color scheme and the build quality of this Bible. But I would like to compare it to the Silverline edition here. And as you look at these two Bibles together, you can see that the Silverline is very much the same Bible, with that nice goatskin cover and a lot of the same Allen features. But instead of gold, you're going to have silver stamping, and you're going to have this silver gilt on the side with blue under silver art gilt. And then you also have silver ribbons and a silver gilt line around the edge. So the color scheme on that is absolutely beautiful. I know in response to these Bibles, some people have said they really like this Silverline. It is their favorite color scheme. I think this one is more classic. Also, in my opinion, this red under gold, when you're looking at the page here, is just a little bit more soft and easier on the eyes. This has a more high contrast look to it, but this is a very stark and beautiful color scheme. So it kind of stands out, and it definitely looks great. As far as paper quality, build quality, they're really the same. It just comes down to which color scheme do you like better. Also, a lot of people really notice with Allen Bibles, the way that they do their cover, you'll notice that the corners here have a pleated corner to them. So that's another thing I forgot to mention. But really, you're looking here at two beautiful Bibles, some of the best Bibles on the market. One other thing I wanted to mention about the Allen Bible in comparison to the Foundation Publications Bible, these are really in many ways the same Bible. Allen just has better materials. I did notice, though, that if you actually measure the text block, the Foundation Publications looks like it's about 9 1/4 by about 6 1/2, a little over 6 1/2 maybe. The Allen is just over 9 inches, maybe right around 9, by about 6 1/4 inches. So even though you can't tell by looking, if anything, this Bible looks bigger, but it's because the cover itself is actually bigger, whereas the text block on this one is actually bigger than the Allen. And so in my opinion, what that does is, it's just a subtle thing, and when you're looking on video, you say, what does a 1/4 inch matter? This one just handles a little bit easier. So that's one other difference I noticed. What's fascinating is if you actually take a look at the inside of both of these Bibles, they're really not a lot different in terms of margin space. So this seems to make a little better use of space. It's possible that the print is just a tad smaller maybe, but it's really not noticeable. And yet you get the same margins, and really a Bible that I think has a better form factor overall and is easier to handle. So you really cannot get better than the Allen NASB reader if you like the New American Standard Bible, and this is the 1995 edition. Again, this is the classic black goatskin cover, and then this one here is also black goatskin, but the Silverline edition. Both absolutely beautiful Bibles. I'll let you look one more time at these color schemes. So you're looking at just beautiful build quality, really high quality materials, and that paper, which is so important when you have a Bible, that it's good paper, because even though it's thin, it's still very readable, not a lot of show through, and very crisply printed. And this is just one of the best layouts in a lot of people's opinion. It's great for study with those center column references, and yet it's really easy to navigate and teach out of because it is a verse-by-verse format. And that font, it's not huge, but it's definitely a good readable size font. These are just some of the best Bibles. People rave over them if they are really into high-quality Bibles, and you can see why here. So I just wanted to give you a look at the black goatskin and Silverline edition of the NASB Reader. They are available right now on Bibles Direct, as far as I know, but probably won't be available for a whole lot longer. I know a lot of reviews have already been done on these, but I wanted to give you another look at them and just make some comments of my own, brought to you from a first perspective.